The news at noon starts right now.
Texas is one of a number of states attempting to pass new restrictive voting rights laws, though the proponents say it's an effort to increase voter confidence in our elections. Critics of these laws say they unfairly target minority communities and that there was no widespread fraud in 2020 that needed to be addressed. Here in Texas, Governor Greg Abbott says he will call a special election after Democrats in the legislature prevented passage of the Republican-led bill by skipping the vote. ABC's Alex Brachet has more.
The fight over voting rights, which has been playing out in several states, is now reaching Texas. The Republican Governor Greg Abbott now threatening to defund the legislature after this. An unexpected last stand. Democrats walking out of the chamber in the middle of the night to prevent a quorum to pass a new GOP-led voting rights bill.
Essentially, it looks to me like the Democrats left the House floor.
Abbott now tweeting no pay for those who abandoned their responsibilities. Stay tuned. He also says he'll call a special legislative session to pass the controversial bill SB 7 that critics say would significantly restrict voter access. It would ban drive-through voting, restrict mail-in balloting, and pushes back early voting hours on Sunday, a time when many black residents head to the polls after leaving church. This bill also makes it easier for a judge to overturn an election if there are allegations of fraud. Republicans say this is about restoring voter confidence after the 2020 election. But Democrats point out there was no evidence of widespread voter fraud. They say Texas's legislation would be the strictest of similar laws already enacted in at least 14 other states this year. In March, Georgia passed a bill that, among other things, strips some of the power to run elections from the Secretary of State and transfers it to a board likely dominated by Republicans.
It's going to take effect.
And last month, Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis signed a new voting bill that limits drop boxes and mail-in balloting.
Democracy thrives when the infrastructure of democracy is strong. When people have the right to vote freely and fairly and conveniently.
Texas Democrats are now asking Congress to pass federal civil rights legislation to protect voters and stop efforts in many states to narrow voting rights. Alex Brachet, ABC News, Washington.
Today is the last day for early voting in the runoff election. 5 San Antonio City Council seats are on the ballot because those races did not have a clear winner during the city election in May. Here are the races on the ballot, districts 1, 2, 3, 5, and 9. If you need more information about the candidates before you vote, we've compiled their answers to some of our KSAT viewers' most frequently asked questions during the campaign. You can find the information on KSAT.com. Election day is June 5th.
Sarah, this morning it was loud, thundering, lightning, and then the sun came up. So yeah, what's going on? The weather needs to make its mind up.
Well, and I like kind of the way you put that. The weather needs to make its mind up, Sarah, because the weather and the rain chances over the next several days, it's going to appear pretty random at different times of the day. We have an active weather pattern in place, and so because of that, we do have a chance for rain just about every day of the forecast. Although I will say today, I think rain is going to be isolated in nature and not scattered after this morning's storm. 77 degrees outside. It's mostly cloudy. We've got plenty of clouds out there. Winds are generally light and variable, and we do have high humidity. Looking at the rest of the day, able to warm up to 85 this afternoon. Notice the rain chances. Only 20% during the rest of the day. In the evening hours, we'll bump that up a little bit because there are some indications that we could have 1 or 2 pop-up showers or storms in the evening hours. However, as I've mentioned, rain chances just getting started in the forecast as we've got pretty busy weather pattern through the weekend. I'll be back to talk about it all coming up in a bit. Sarah?
Thank you, Sarah. San Antonio police have some questions for the person who shot a man outside a Northside apartment complex.
It happened overnight on Sahara Drive near San Pedro, and as Katrina Weber reports, those questions will have to wait until police catch up with that shooter.
The call that brought police to the 10,300 block of Sahara Drive just before 1:30 this morning was for a shooting. And when they arrived, they found a man in his 30s who had been on the receiving end. He suffered a gunshot wound in his stomach. Police say he was stable as he was loaded into an ambulance. They say he had been among a group of people gathered outside the Casa del Encanto apartments when someone else pulled out an AR-15 rifle. Others who were there told police that man was playing with or handling the weapon when it went off. He then took off before officers arrived. They searched the area, even using a canine unit, but did not find him. Officers at the scene said that witnesses told them the shooting was not intentional, that it was an accident. However, it will be up to investigators to determine if that was the case. Reporting from Public Safety Headquarters, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
This week, we noted the one-year anniversary of the murder of George Floyd. So what's changed since then and what hasn't? It's a discussion our KSAT Explains team is looking into. The episode, KSAT Explains 1 year later, will be released tonight. We'll stream the episode live on KSAT.com, the KSAT TV app on streaming devices, and KSAT's Facebook page at 7 p.m. It was a slow start to courts reopening this morning. Judges are still trying to figure out and schedule trials in the coming weeks. Proceedings are still also partially being done on Zoom. While some jurors did report today, it's still unknown if any trials will actually begin. Coming up later this afternoon, our Erica Hernandez will have a full report on today's reopening, as well as what we can expect the rest of the week.
More and more people are getting vaccinated and more people are getting comfortable with traveling. Memorial Day weekend historically is a popular time for families to fly across the country, and this year looks a lot different than 2020. Max Massey breaks down the numbers of travelers at the San Antonio airport and shows us a special exhibit in honor of those who died for our freedom.
It's crazy. I haven't seen this many people in one place in a while.
The Blantons are one of the families excited to get back to traveling for the first time in more than a year. And a good reason. Bailey just graduated high school and is almost set to start college at Texas Tech.
A little celebration, vacation. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm feeling good. Haven't really left the country or the state in a while.
Travel has clearly picked up around the country and here in the Alamo City.
Over the 5-day period, we estimate to have seen approximately 120,000 passengers moving through the San Antonio International Airport.
While the average over the 4-day period from Thursday to Sunday is roughly 18% below 2019 levels, that means we were at 82% of pre-pandemic numbers.
It's very favorable when you look at the months of March and April and May, when COVID first hit. We were seeing 95% reduction of 2019 compared to 2020.
And this increase in foot traffic, obviously because of the holiday weekend, a special holiday, Memorial Day, significant across the country, especially here in Military City, USA. That is why there is a special tribute set up right here at the airport.
We must remember our fallen soldiers that paid the ultimate sacrifice for us to be here and stand the way we get to stand today.
This is the missing man table, and every aspect here is symbolic.
If it's a pinch of salt, that reminds us of when people, shed tears because we've lost loved ones and they're no longer here with us. Or if it's just an empty chair that shows, hey, you may no longer be here with us, but one thing for certain, you will never be forgotten.
This powerful tribute is set to stay up until at least Thursday. And the airport hopes with more and more people flying, more families see the exhibit. Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
Still to come this half hour, from the field to the dugout, a former local star making his way up the baseball managing ranks.
It was deserted for years. Now improvements are breathing new life into a well-known spot at a local high school. Details after the break. The historic Thespian Fountain at Thomas Jefferson High School has been a staple on campus for decades, and now the waters are flowing again.
City and school leaders celebrated a recent makeover of the fountain, which had not been working for almost 40 years.
Stephen Cavazos was there as history was made again.
It's a well-known spot here at Thomas Jefferson, known as Thespian Island, but for years it became a deserted island, and its main attraction, an unoccupied fountain. But now city and school leaders are ready to make a splash again. The space was designed by high school students back in the 1930s who were wanting to give back to the community. In 1935, a lily pond, stone pathway, and bird bath were established. And in 1938, the fountain was added. But over the years, Thespian Island went untouched. However, thanks to the voter-approved 2017-22 bond project, improvements were made to the area. David Seguro graduated from Jefferson in 1967. The alum has written 7 manuscripts on the school's rich history. He tells us what this moment means to him.
I recognize this as the welcome mat to the high school, and this just has its place in history. Gosh, I love this school.
It did take 2 city bond projects to complete the work that was done here on Thespian Island. The first was the 2012 city bond project, which funded the work on the Fountains Bowl. Now, we are told that there has been an estimated $120 million in bonds through the city, county, and school districts to fund the restoration on the campus, which is expected to be completed by 2024. Stephen Cavazos, KSAT 12 News.
Outside with Live Cam, you know, we've had a lot of rain, and I'm not sure the rain didn't help fill up that fountain a little bit with as much as we've had over the last weeks.
Oh, my goodness. It has been an active weather pattern all of last month. We were pretty much seeing rain for 15 days last month, and we saw rain overnight tonight. The aquifer, though, is loving it. The aquifer is up 0.3 of a foot over the past 24 hours. Unfortunately, though, those of us who struggle with a mold allergy, we're not loving it. Molds are very high today, past 12,000. Grass and pigweed are low. How much rain did we see last night? Well, officially at the airport, almost 1/4 inch of rainfall, but south of Highway 90, a good chunk of rain fell in Pearsall, more than 1.25 inches, 1 inch in Floresville, 1.75 inches in Eagle Pass. The ground is soaked, and there's more rain to come in the forecast. We've got a look ahead coming up.
Never miss a story. Watch live or when you want. San Antonio's latest news and weather, streaming free on KSAT TV.
I find it interesting that June 1st hurricane season starts, but summer doesn't start till June 20th.
And it kind of
weird.
And it's appropriate for all the rain we've been getting, Sarah, the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, some of the rain has been very tropical in nature, and reason why Atlantic hurricane season starts in June is because the waters start to warm up to a temperature that can foster hurricanes and tropical systems. But what will this season look like? Well, forecasts from the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration calls for a 60% chance that the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season will be above normal. So we could potentially have 13 to 20 named storms with winds of greater than 39 miles per hour. Of those storms, 6 to 10 of them could reach hurricane strength. And of those hurricanes, 3 to 5 of them could become major hurricanes with Category 3 status or higher. But I'd like to remind everybody that it doesn't matter if a season is above or below average. If you get one storm that majorly impacts the Texas coast, it's going to have a big impact no matter if the season is active or not. But we'll keep you updated throughout the season. It lasts all the way to the end of November, 5 months. 77 degrees outside right now, mostly cloudy skies. These clouds are going to help us only have isolated rain today as a possibility, and even only isolated rain in the evening hours as well. I really don't think we're going to be dealing with the amount of storms that we saw last night, tonight in the area. So we can rest easy at least for the next 24 hours or so. But there still could be a pop-up shower or storm. Again, these clouds are kind of keeping our atmosphere fairly stable right now. We've got a mixture of high, thin clouds moving in and some low clouds as well. All of the rain has moved off to our east, really only sprinkling now in the Houston area. It's 77 at the airport, 76 in New Braunfels, 76 in Del Rio, 70 in Rock Springs. A little bit more sun out in Valverde County. We'll watch those areas for the potential for some storms. But looking ahead into the future cast for the rest of the day, again, just 1 or 2 pop-up showers, run-of-the-mill thunderstorms possible. Crack of lightning here, roll of thunder there if one of these showers or storms does develop later tonight. But really, we're not worried about severe weather in the slightest, so no worries there. For the rest of the day today, 82 at 2, 85 for the afternoon high, mostly cloudy, east-northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, and then in the evening we'll up rain chances just slightly to 30%, but they're still going to be isolated. Today is one of those days where the rain will be isolated, but over the next several days, we're going to have scattered showers and storms in the forecast. Here's our weather pattern. We've got these short waves in the atmosphere, which produce random bursts of energy and random areas of thunderstorms. And that's why timing is difficult to nail down for this forecast. But it's going to stay active because we're continuing to get energy and moisture from this upper level low pressure system over Baja California that isn't going to move out of the way until after the weekend. So let me show you the active weather pattern futurecast. This is a look at about Thursday afternoon. So even tomorrow afternoon, we'll see rounds of thunderstorms in the afternoon pop up, and then with the loss of daytime heating, less rain chances, and then up again on Thursday afternoon. And then with that low moving overhead Friday night into Saturday, Saturday has a good chance to see rain, the best chance of all the days for all of us to see rainfall. And not majorly concerned about severe weather, but what we are concerned about is the potential for flash flooding because the ground is so soaked. Now, this is a look at the next 7 days. So through next Tuesday, we could see pockets of 4+ inches of additional rainfall around San Antonio and around the Hill Country and South Central Texas. And that would surely lead to some issues with some flooding over the long term. So we'll keep an eye on things for you. Again, a very active forecast, but only isolated over the next 24 hours. So if you're looking for a little break, we're going to get a little break over the next 24 hours.
Just a little.
A former Madison standout helping make history at Arkansas, and the Judson Rockets also on a historic run. Heads up. Astros legend and New Bramwell Canyon grad Lance Berkman, now the new head coach of the Houston Baptist baseball team. He was officially introduced at a press conference. A 6-time Major League All-Star and World Series champ has been moving his way up the coaching ranks. He recently led Second Baptist High School to a TAP state title. Now he's going to try to turn around a Houston Baptist program that has posted a losing record in each of his last 4 seasons, but it's a challenge the former Cougar is going to relish.
It's really the last highest level where guys play for the name on the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. When you get in front of kids at this time in their life, you can really influence them for the good, which is a big part of the reason I wanted to be in coaching. So this is kind of a dream come true for me, and I just am so grateful for the opportunity.
All right, Berkman said his biggest focus right now is going to be on recruiting and off-the-field responsibilities. In the meantime, the Arkansas Razorbacks making history over the weekend, winning their first baseball SEC title. One of the big reasons they accomplished that feat, former Madison star Jalen Battles. He finished 3 of 4 at the plate, including a home run. He also made a spectacular diving stop at the bottom of the 4th. That play made it on SportsCenter's top 10. How about that? Battles named tournament MVP, and now he's part of the Razorback squad that heads to the national tournament as the overall #1 seed.
We're a very confident team. I mean, I know we think we can play with anybody and beat them. So, I mean, it's just, especially we're going to have our fans as well going into the region tournament. So it's going to be even more fun.
Arkansas will open double elimination regional tournament play this Friday. Their first game is against the New Jersey Institute of Technology. That takes place at 2 o'clock. In the meantime, TLU and Virginia Wesleyan, the women are battling out on the softball field. TLU needed a win this morning. They did. There's the final 3-2, and they're getting ready for the rubber game of the championship series. The series is tied at 1, so they're going to start that one in about 15-20 minutes. So good luck to TLU. Meantime, the Judson Rockets softball team making history this week. No matter what, their season is going to end one way or another this weekend historic. The Rockets will make their program debut at the state tournament on Friday afternoon. So what's the message for the team as they once again head into uncharted territory?
Just be ourselves and play our game. I think our game is what we play best, and when we do it with each other and when we have each other's back, that's when we do it best.
All right, so there's a matchup for you. Judson taking on Rockwall. That'll be Friday afternoon. Red and Charlene McCombs Field in Austin. And you got Gale Borden County and D'Hanis. That's tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Same place in Austin as well. In the meantime, the Smithson Valley baseball team is 1 win away from their first state tournament appearance since 2005. They're going to face Los Fresnos in a 1-game regional final playoff. That'll take place Thursday, 4 o'clock in the afternoon at Cavadas Field in Corpus Christi after their series-clinching victory over Eagle Pass. The Rangers gave their early opinion on this upcoming matchup.
I know that they got a really good lefty on now. Not a big kid, but throws really well. Going to have to do a little research on them. But they're a great baseball team. They wouldn't be in the regional finals if they weren't.
It's always been our goal, so we've kind of been just ready for it. And we're very excited now. We're going to go practice all week and get the job done, hopefully.
Well, the summer travel season unofficially kicked off this weekend, and we're already seeing a busier season than last year. Coming up in our next half hour, why experts say this could point to a big rebound for several industries.
And a medical breakthrough is offering new hope to some people with cancer. The FDA approved a new drug 40 years in the making. How the pill targets lung cancer. Still ahead.
A child's death is not always preventable, but hot car deaths are. And year after year, there are dozens of reports of this happening. But new technology could lessen the number of hot car deaths each year. Coming up today at 5:12 on your sides, Marilyn Moritz explains how it works and how long it could take before we see its impact.
Outside with Live Cam, I specifically remember about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were all going, where's the rain? Why aren't we getting any rain?
It hasn't. I feel like it's every day we can expect just a little bit the last couple of days. You just never know, Sarah.
The last couple of weeks, and it was the middle of April that we were experiencing extreme drought around San Antonio. A lot of people have mixed emotions about the rain. Some are very grateful for the rainfall, but ready to enjoy some time outdoors. And you can enjoy time outdoors today because the rain is only isolated. But last night it was a bit noisy. We saw quite a bit of thunder and some moderate rain. And then after the rain moved through, our winds actually became very windy. We had a wind gust of 47 miles per hour at the airport. And this picture sent in through our KSAT Connect feature on our weather app that shows the roof of a doghouse blown off. We didn't have severe winds in San Antonio, but a wind gust of 47 miles per hour, that'll definitely shake things up if they're not tied down exactly right. But we also saw some good rain, especially south of Highway 90. Castroville got 8,400ths of an inch of rainfall. The Palo Alto College area got about a little bit more than an inch, a little bit more in Lytle, half an inch in Adkins. Officially at the airport, 2,300ths of an inch of rain over the last 24 hours, and out near Seguin, 3,600ths and half an inch in New Braunfels. So we've got a lot to talk about in the forecast. Firstly, I want to put your mind at ease. Rain is only isolated today during the day, and even in the evening hours, only isolated rain is going to be possible. But Atlantic hurricane season starts today, and forecasts are that it could be more active than normal. But meanwhile, here in San Antonio, even though we only have isolated rain today, our active weather pattern is going to continue, and we're going to have rounds of scattered showers and storms throughout the remainder of the weekend into the weekend. Busy forecast. I'll have a look ahead coming up. Sarah?
Thank you, ma'am. We begin this half hour with the Miami mass shooting that left 2 dead and more than 20 injured.
ABC's Rena Rory tells us the latest as a manhunt for the 3 suspects intensifies.
Surveillance video shows the moments before 3 people allegedly opened fire outside a Miami banquet hall. You see them exit this SUV armed with assault-style rifles, disappearing for 10 seconds and shooting into a crowd, then making a getaway.
We have to be clear about what's happening in Miami-Dade County. These are acts of domestic terrorism.
Police scouring through evidence like this new video obtained by ABC affiliate WPLG in Miami, which shows a crowd just before the suspects began shooting. 2 people lost their lives, at least 20 injured, 3 still in critical condition.
You all killed my kid. You must burn!
The grieving father of 26-year-old Clayton Dillard III screaming out in pain at a news conference. Authorities offering a $130,000 reward for information leading to arrests. Police divers finding that white SUV submerged in a canal, saying it was reported stolen in May. Officials say the shooting was likely part of a feud between rival groups and was targeted, but they still don't have a motive. The banquet hall had been rented out for a local rapper's album release party.
Targeting individuals and at the same time hitting innocent people that have nothing to do with their beef. Ruining families.
And that shooting adding to the gun violence in Miami over the Memorial Day weekend. 3 people were shot on Thursday, 7 more Friday night. The mayor saying gun reform is necessary to stop the violence. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
President Joe Biden expected to announce new steps to help minority-owned businesses and end racial discrimination in housing today. And this as he commemorates the 100th anniversary since the Tulsa race massacre in Oklahoma. The president will announce an initiative to use federal purchasing power to grow government contracts with small, disadvantaged businesses by 50%. In addition to new fair housing rules also being published, traditional interpretations of the FAIR Act will be restored.
A new drug aims to treat lung cancer that was previously thought to be untreatable. In 2019, after nearly 40 years of research, a clinical drug trial for a pill called Lumakras started showing benefits as a potential treatment. One woman involved in the drug trial says back in 2019, the lung cancer she had been fighting had spread, but now she's cancer-free.
I take this pill every day, and now I'm cancer-free.
This drug had produced a objective response rate of 37%. This means major tumor shrinkage of more than 30% and at least proven on CT scan a month apart on at least 2 CT scans. In terms of clinical benefit rate or disease control rate or tumor shrinkage rate, we've seen this in about 81% of patients.
Last Friday, the medicine used in the trial was approved by the FDA. The pill was developed by Amgen and will now be available to help treat cancer that many thought was untreatable. The Chinese government believes a man has contracted what might be the world's first case of the H10N3 strain of bird flu. The 41-year-old man in a province northwest of Shanghai was hospitalized on Friday and is in stable condition so far. There have not been any other reports of the flu. Health officials say the infection is, quote, accidental cross-species transmission, and the risk of large-scale transmission is low.
From Phil Mickelson becoming the oldest golfer to win a major at 50 years old, to Tom Brady winning Super Bowl MVPs at age 43, and Serena Williams ranked 8th in the world at age 39. Athletes are performing at incredible levels in their 30s, 40s, and now their 50s. CNN's Mandy Gaither has a look at how you can win later in life as well.
From tennis to football and golf, some of the greatest athletes are proving it's never too late to win.
Over the past few years, we have noticed that athletic longevity has been increasing, and athletes, some of the best athletes' performances have been at a higher age than prior.
Dr. Sunitha Posina, who practices internal medicine in Stony Brook, New York, says athletic bodies are built over time.
It takes a lot of consistency, discipline, laser-focused goals of what exactly they want to be.
No matter your athletic goals, Dr. Posina says balance is key to maintaining a healthy life. She says to set simple health goals, use social media or search online for nutrition plans that you can stick to, or keep track of what you're eating through an app. Choose a form of physical activity that works for you and manage your stress levels.
If you have significant amounts of stress, it increases your cortisol levels, and that can still negatively impact your health because it puts you at increased risk of diabetes, heart disease, hypertension, and so forth.
Finally, Dr. Posina says make sure your body gets the rest it needs,
so that the body can repair and rejuvenate.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Phil Mickelson, definitely an inspiration for the 50 and older crowd these days. Even the younger ones, too. Hey, summer's heating up, and so are sales in several industries. Still ahead at 5 signs that show things aren't just getting back to normal. Some businesses are thriving.
Athletes and doctors have both tried their hand at hosting Jeopardy! Now an actress and neuroscientist is the latest guest to host.
And Target shoppers will have easier times when shopping for clothes. Fitting rooms are reopening. Now stores will work to keep customers safe while easing restrictions.
Never miss a story. Watch live or when you want. San Antonio's latest news and weather, streaming free on KSAT TV.
Hello everyone, this is your daily tech and business briefing from Cheddar News.
The month of May was among the worst for Bitcoin in its history. The largest crypto closed down around 36% at the end of the month. The crypto market also as a whole took a hit in May, that due to concerns over increased scrutiny from regulators in the U.S. and abroad. Another contributor to Bitcoin's decline was Tesla, reversing their policy of accepting Bitcoin as a payment for their vehicles, that due to environmental concerns. Meanwhile, trying to find that summer fit just got a little bit easier over at Target, as customers will now be able to try on clothes in the fitting rooms again starting today. Target says they will be frequently disinfecting the rooms, and the only ones that will remain closed are the ones still being used for vaccinations. And the price of Tesla vehicles are increasing, that due to supply chain pressures. According to Tesla CEO Elon Musk, he said that the supply chain price pressure is industry-wide, particularly for raw materials. Tesla increased their Model 3 and Model Y prices back in May, the fifth incremental price increase for Tesla vehicles in the last few months. And that's your Cheddar News Business and Tech Update. I'm Baker Machado, coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
Well, this holiday weekend marked the unofficial start to the summer travel season, and we're seeing more Americans traveling, celebrating, and spending as if they're making up for lost time. And experts say it all points to not only return to normal, but a massive rebound this summer. CNN's Mary Maloney has a closer look.
Get ready for a hot vax summer. As more Americans get vaccinated, they're going on vacation, dining out, and spending that cash. All signs that summer is returning to normal.
This summer and then on into 2022, our travel bookings were already really robust.
Here's the first sign. Flight fares are flying high. According to the country's major airlines, airfare costs are near or even above pre-pandemic levels. And experts say the pent-up demand is driving up the costs.
Pack your patience, because airports are going to be more crowded, and you're going to be there with travelers who maybe haven't traveled in a year, so they're a little rusty. So the TSA lines might be a little long and a little slow.
Sign number 2, people are headed back to restaurants. According to data from OpenTable's reservations platform, the percentage of seated customers at U.S. restaurants open for reservations is hovering just below pre-pandemic levels.
People wait 2.5, 3 hours to eat here, and it's nice that people want to come see us again and wait that long to enjoy food with us.
And 3, happy hour is back. Alcohol sales are leveling off after an explosive 2020, but people are still drinking, with experts predicting hard liquors, spiked seltzers, and champagne will be this summer's most popular beverages. Number 4, people are dressing up. Chains like H&M, Anthropologie, and Macy's say demand for dresses has increased. Government retail sales numbers from March show an 18.3% jump in clothing sales from the previous month. And finally, concerts are back. Lollapalooza, the Chicago-based music festival, is returning this summer at full capacity. It's one of several multi-day festivals making a comeback this summer after being canceled last year due to the pandemic. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
Nice to see things coming back, like the live crowds.
Yeah.
You know what's not coming back?
What?
Temperatures in the 90s.
And I'm here for it.
All the rain has
What do you mean?
kept
Wait, back up. What do you mean not coming back?
Well, it'll come back eventually,
Okay.
but I mean like recently.
I'll keep the rain over high temps.
And we won't see temperatures in the 90s over the next several days.
Okay, that's
So,
good.
yeah.
Go with that.
Mold's coming back too, unfortunately. Mold is very high, past 12,000 today. I say with a smile. I'm sorry, it's not good news. But this is good news. The aquifer is up 0.3 of a foot. The new monthly average shows that we are about almost 7 feet above average, and the aquifer has gone up more than 20 feet since April. So that is some good news. I'll be back with a chance of more rain in just a bit.
Sarah, last night my house was shaking at one point because the thunder was so loud. It woke me up. It startled me.
You must have gotten a lightning strike pretty close to your house.
And the lightning was really bad for like from 2 to about 5:30 this morning.
Yeah, that's when we were seeing lightning in the area. You know, for some folks it was just rumbling, rolling thunder throughout the night. For others like you, Sarah, it was a pretty scary thing. But thankfully we didn't have any severe weather in San Antonio. We had some straight line wind gusts well to the south, but no severe weather, just some more rain in the overnight hours. Speaking of rain, we're heading into the Atlantic hurricane season. It is starting officially today, so is your name on the list? Here's a list of names that some folks are going, some hurricanes are going to get, some tropical cyclones. Anytime a storm develops with winds of 39 miles per hour or greater, it'll get one of these names. We've already seen one, Anna. Up next is Bill, and after that will be Claudette. And we will keep an eye on Atlantic hurricane season all season long. It goes from today all the way to the end of November. It's pretty impressive that Atlantic hurricane season is 5 months long, almost half the year. 77 degrees outside. We have tons of cloud cover today, and those clouds are actually going to help to keep our chances for rain isolated today, which for some folks is welcome news. We'll see scattered showers and storms likely return tomorrow in the afternoon hours. You can see those high-thin cirrus clouds moving in from the west. At the same time, we've got puffy cumulus clouds out closer to the surface. A wider view here, a little bit of sun for Valverde and Edwards County, and temperatures are in the 70s. 77 degrees at the airport, 76 in New Braunfels, 76 in Kerrville, 77 in Del Rio, and that's all that's left of the rain as it's heading to Houston. Let me take you through the futurecast. As I mentioned, there is a small 20 to 30% chance for an isolated shower, potentially even an isolated storm, but we're not worried about severe weather, and that'll be later tonight according to this forecasting model. And so most people are going to miss out on the rain over the next 24 hours or so. Rest of the day today, 82 at 2, 85 for the afternoon high. East-northeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour, only bumping up that rain chance a little bit in the evening hours to about 30% as temperatures fall back into the 70s, and it's pretty muggy outside. Tomorrow, Wednesday, in the morning, only isolated rain, but as we get that daytime heating as fuel, in the afternoon, we'll see a 40% chance for scattered showers and storms. Once again, we're not anticipating severe weather, but you could hear a couple of cracks of thunder and some heavier downpours in the afternoon with any storms that develop. We're not done with the rain yet. We've got a couple of short waves in the atmosphere, and what these short waves do is they allow for random bursts of energy to produce thunderstorms. Those are difficult to forecast for timing and location, but what they do is they keep the atmosphere very active, and this upper level low pressure system is not going to be out of the way until after the weekend. So looking at the futurecast, you can see just how active this weather pattern is going to be through the weekend. Especially on Saturday, we have a good chance to see more widespread rain. And when all is said and done, by this time next Tuesday, areas will see 4+ inches of rain in the rain gauge over that long period of time, 7 days. But still, the ground is soaked with more than 6+ inches of rain that we've seen throughout the month of May. And so flooding is by far the biggest concern for us over the next 7 days, not necessarily severe weather, but you can count on us to keep you updated. We send notifications right to your phone on the KSAT Weather Authority app. Adam Caskey was even up at 2:30 a.m. last night going live from the app to keep people informed. We'll be right back.
Let's start with a little romantic dinner music, shall we?
Here is the guest host of Jeopardy, Mayim Bialik.
I was raised in a very creative and academic family, but it wasn't until high school that I fell in love with science, and that love led me to a PhD in neuroscience.
Who is Mayim Bialik? For one, a natural fit for Jeopardy.
What is Oblate? The car I wanted when I was 16? That's a Rambler. Jean-Paul Sartre. Who are the Detroit Red Wings? Gordie Howe was Alex's favorite player.
It really is my wheelhouse in terms of, you know, where I spend my free time. Like, I'm a game person, I'm a board game, like I'm a geek, like I got it all down. This is like the most iconic thing I've ever been asked to do.
Despite being a literal neuroscientist and television fan fave, this is a job that Mayim didn't see coming.
My 15-year-old son saw a rumor about this literally on like TikTok. And then I texted Richard Weitz, who's my agent. And I was like, Richard, my 15-year-old said people are talking about this. And here we are.
I do not envy the position you're in, because to step into the shoes
No, it sounds terrible.
It's terrifying. Yeah, it's terrifying. How are you feeling? What's the game plan going in?
I mean, I am a person who tends to have a cerebral and serious way about me. I mean, I'm an academic. I don't think anyone's going to try and imitate Alex Trebek. Like, that's impossible. So I think every guest is going to bring their own particular personality and flair as you have it, and I'll bring whatever I have.
That would be momentum.
But Mayim is in it for a cause she believes in.
Over the next 2 weeks, I look forward to raising money for the National Alliance for Mental Illness.
As for the categories she'd crush,
like Bob Dylan lyrics, they're all in there. Like anything music, I feel very confident about.
And the category she'd crash,
certain aspects of history, they're just missing in my brain. I don't know where they went.
What an unbelievable way to start the week. We'll see you tomorrow.
Will Gans, ABC News, New York.
She would probably pretty good having the sense of humor and then all the smarts that
kind of like a perfect fit.
Yeah, I think so. All right, speaking of perfect fit, chicken and waffles, a Good Morning America sandwich, soda slushies. Feels like summer on SA Live today.
And they have some cute and cuddly animals as well. Get ready for a best of episode of SA Live. Hey, Mike and Fiona.
Well, we have got just a whole bunch of fun stuff going on the show today. And of course, gotta have some animals on there.
Yes, all right. We are going to be penned up with some incredibly cute critters. Once in a Wild is here, and they're going to tell you how they can bring all that fun to you.
About 70 different animals that you can choose from. Hey, at Southside Craft Soda, we're making summer slushies and supporting a local business, and these are delicious.
And Gold Feather Birds and Beers has got a red velvet chicken and waffles and a few other tasty menu items to tell you about.
I can still taste that. That was so tasty. Hey, Bear Goods, some Spurs leather products and gifts for Father's Day. And these handmade leather goods are absolutely beautiful. A wonderful one for gifts for somebody.
And, for those who want to revamp their closet, do not fear. We've got some great organizational tips from the experts. Chic Fix will have that closet revamp for you.
Because that's one of those things. You leave the closet and say, I got to do something with it. And it's like, I don't think so. But then they just come in and do it, very simply. And it looks like $1 million when they finish. That and a whole lot more coming up on SA.